Hi everyone, and welcome back to Severn Valley Junction and another update. Today we're going to go through some of the more recent changes to the layout. A couple that I did mention in the last video, we're going to go through as well today. Some of the fencing that I had to be done. That has now been completed, or semi-completed. Got some lighting that I ordered. Didn't really turn out quite how I planned, so I've reordered some new lights. But we'll get into it, and there's not actually much happening on the layout today, not many locos out. But we do have a visit from the Flying Scotsman, from a fellow railway enthusiast who lives just around the corner from myself. So we'll get into it. And today we're going to start off with looking at this beautiful loco, the Flying Scotsman, made by Hornby. This one, as I mentioned earlier, borrowed from a friend of mine, Casey. Actually had one of our local model railway meets at his house a couple of weeks ago, and I saw this engine for the first time. I've never actually seen a real one before, only ever online, and I was never really impressed with it. But after seeing one in the flesh, got to say, really impressed with this loco. So it's on loan for the moment. As you can see at the moment, there's a nice rake of 6 teak coaches on the back of it, which is cool. Now, so in the last video we mentioned some of the fencing, which was plain white and straight out of the packet. As you can see here, it's now painted up, and mind the bit that I broke on the end, I'll fix that at one point. And I have painted it up, and it is now on the layout, ready to go. One of the other updates, or other improvements from the last video, is the station building. Now, it's not accurate, it's not to scale more than likely, but it's a close representation of Arley Station, and I did build it from scratch, and I don't do a lot of that, so yeah, I don't mind it. It's pretty good. I think we'll probably later on down the track we might upgrade it. I know Bachman do a version of Hampton Load Station, which you can buy readily made and with lighting. This is actually lit up as well. If you can see inside there are some lights. But overall, it's not too bad. I still got to add some chimneys and stuff like that. I really, at the moment, didn't have the money to fork out for a brand new ready-built station, so as all modelers, I had to go making one myself, which I don't think turned out too badly. Now, also, previous videos you would have noticed we did these lights in the ground signals. You'll be pleased to know I have now followed that through to all of my semaphore signals as well. And the one that hasn't been done is the double signal on the way out of the railway just past the bridge. It hasn't been done yet. Now, I'm not too happy with the way the wires are there, but I'm going to try and tidy that up. I actually found a better way to do it. I did a couple, found what worked and what didn't. They don't look particularly good side on, but from the front, I think they look fantastic. You can see there looking down out of the station platform. If we come around the other side, we have this one over here. I'm going to give you a close-up on this one to show you how I fixed the problem with the bad wiring. Now, I've still got to do a little bit to this one. If you look in closer, you can see I use these little bits of wire. And what I've done is run the wires underneath the board and just connected it straight to those wires. And the benefit of that was I was able to bend the wire in the shape of the arm of the signal. And that allowed me to not have bulky wires and resistors visible on the top of the layout. So I may, when I get around to it, change some of these other signals and fix the wiring up on that as well. Other than that, haven't done too much more. Apart from this bit at the back, I did try and box this in. Now it looks ugly and it's not going to stay like that, but for now It's really just to keep my children from getting to the trains while I happen to not be at home, because my little 4-year-old does like to get into my railway when I'm not home, which I don't mind when I'm here, but he does have a tendency to break trains when he's not supervised. So that's the only reason that's on there. Just going to run the Flying Scotsman around for a bit. Absolutely fantastic loco this. You'll see it coming around the other end here. And then I will show you the next little piece that I'm working on. There it comes. How good is that? And there it goes in there, which is cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much most of what I had to show you guys this time. Here it comes coming out the other side. One thing I have done, or started, I decided that I was going to redo this end of the board. We are going to have this little tunnel. Now I picked this up very cheaply when I was in Townsville a couple of weeks ago. Little hobby shop there, Townsville Hobbies. And this was sitting on the shelf, and I thought, you know, I'm going to buy it just because I can. And once I cover that up with scenery and bushes and trees, that's going to look quite good. Again, you can see another little signal there, and this one here has been done as well. Apart from that, that's pretty much all that's been going on. And still quite a bit to go. As you can see, there's nothing out on it today. It's all packed away because it's midweek, and it takes quite a bit of time to pull everything out and put it on. So, and we'll just have a look at this. I'll thank my mum for this one. Recently been over in the UK for 5 weeks and visited the Dartmouth Steam Railway. Probably didn't pronounce that very well. Got me a little fridge magnet, which is, as you can see, not on my fridge. But lots of cool photos. She actually got to see, I was quite jealous, she saw the King Edward II, the blue Hall class locomotive while she was there. And that's probably one I'm going to buy as a engine for this railway when I get around to it. That's a bit of an overview. Hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you have any questions or if you'd like to know how I did stuff, always drop me a line. That's not a problem. I'll always try and reply as soon as I can. And we'll finish this video with the Flying Scotsman again. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time.